What's up? Back with another Manchester United review. Just thinking about the game tonight. Manchester United's 4-1 win versus Wolves. Honestly, it was a decent result. Honestly, winning 4-1 will always be exactly what we're looking for. I think it's just important to note that Wolves is obviously not who Manchester United needs to be rating ourselves against. When we're playing teams that we know are going to be relegated, those are must wins. Those are games that should be won and are expected to be won. So really glad that the lads got that done. Bruno Fernandes got 2 goals, another masterclass from the captain, playing out of position for normal as we know, but still getting things done. It was really good to see Membo score, really good to see Mason Mount get on the score sheet. Still really disappointed that we didn't see more academy graduates break their way into the starting 11. Once again, I think this is now the 18th game that Amorim has started a starting 11 for Manchester United without including an academy graduate. So a bit obvious that the manager doesn't really trust the academy. So not really sure what his plan is for the development of our future players and our future stars. But at the end of the day, United got another scrappy win. Wolves hadn't scored in 6 games, but somehow found a way to score against United today, which is a little bit disappointing. But at the end of the day, really just want to key in on the positives, which are getting the 3 points on the road and 4-1 win, which is immensely important. I'm sure Amorim feels a bit safer in terms of his job security after a win like that. But again, just reminding Manchester United fans that we do not judge our success as a club off of a win at Wolves. That's just not the scale of what Manchester United is supposed to be at, and not where we are as a club. As we beat teams that we're supposed to be beating, these aren't really games to celebrate. So yeah, coming off of the last loss, this seemed like a very big result, but at the end of the day, this is an expected result. And yeah, that's really all there is to it. So really glad that at least Kobbie Mainoo got some minutes today. He got subbed on late in the game and once again was probably the best player on the pitch once he was brought onto the field. So really highlighting once again that the manager needs to have trust in the academy, a trust in Carrington, and trust in players like Kobbie Mainoo, who will be the future of the club when players like Casemiro move on. And obviously Bruno Fernandes is getting older, so you can't just plan for right now. Every game can't be a dogfight for right now. I mean, today would have been a perfect opportunity to get Lacey on as well. We have a young youth academy player who's a forward, who's been on the bench for the last few games, dying probably just to get his debut with the club, with the full United squad. And so once again, seeing him as an unused sub was a little bit disappointing, because it would have been really cool for him to have a debut on a game like tonight where United was winning so easily against a clearly relegation side. So yeah, once again, Wolves, just not a good footballing side, and at the end of the day, United got things done, and that's what I'm really grateful for. I'm really grateful that United was able to secure the win, secure the 3 points on the road, and hopefully they'll take that momentum into the next game, because that really is all the fans want to see. We want to see wins, and I just want to also shout out to the away fans from Manchester United, because the reception that Kobbie Mainoo got when he was subbed on is exactly what we need. That's exactly the sort of message that we're trying to send to the manager, in the sense of, you need to give this person more opportunities and more chances to show themselves and show their talent, because other managers have trusted him on a bigger stage than Amorim has coached in. And I think it's pretty clear. I mean, Kobbie Mainoo's won the FA Cup with the full United team, played in a Euro final with England, with the England full men's national team. So I think he is, well enough experienced to be getting some more minutes for Manchester United. So hopefully with another really strong performance today, Kobbie will hopefully move up his line on the Excel sheet. And at the end of the day, we'll take the 3 points, up the Reds. another decent win. Like, the football wasn't great to watch. It wasn't a fun game, but it's hard to be upset with the win. So I'll take the win, and 3 points is really all we can ask for. But once again, free Kobe Mainoo. We really need a manager, and Ineos, if you're out there, we really need a manager that is willing to take risks. Even in a game when you're playing against a Wolves team that's clearly going to be relegated, our first substitutions are bringing on Lenny Euro, bringing on Dorgu. I just don't understand these defensive substitutions. Why not bring on attacking players, someone like Lacey, let him get his debut, let him try and grab a goal against a weak side. Today would have been the perfect day for that. So again, just a little bit disappointed in the lack of trust in the youth academy. Again, Manchester United's main principles are youth, courage, success. It takes courage from the manager to put in the youth players in order to achieve that success. It is a courageous thing to do, and I think it's a bit of what Manchester United embodies as a club. And so you really need and want a manager that embodies that, and embodies a style of play that rewards players like that, especially young players who are trying to make their way through the ranks. So hopefully in the future we'll see more inclusion in the youth academy, more trust in these youth players like Kobe Mainoo, like Lacey, in order to, develop the club for the future. Because right now, obviously Amarim is focused on just winning every single game at face value in order to save his job. But, with Manchester United, we kind of think of a bigger picture, which is, we should be challenging to get Champions League football. We should be challenging to win the Premier League, and at the same time we should also be developing our youth kids and getting them minutes and trying to encourage exciting and fun attacking football. And that's just not the reality of what we're seeing. I still think a lot of our key attacking players are being underutilized, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to say too much since it was a 4-1 win, and that's really what we want. So up the Reds, great 4-1 win, and we move until next week. Again, I just want to emphasize, like, Manchester United does not compare itself to Wolves. This is not a defining moment of Manchester United's season, but we will take the 3 points, we will take the win, and we'll celebrate that and take that. Up Bruno Fernandes, up the Reds, and we'll see what happens next week. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.